I write recipes for the New York Times. I see comments, and it is just so clear how many people do not actually read the recipe or do the recipe.
I watch reality shows and I'm always like, what are they not showing me? So,
Hmm.
what do we not see behind the scenes while filming a competition cooking show like this? And do you ever have to resist jumping in to help? Does the crew ever get to try the goodies? Like what else is happening?
Oh, maybe that's the one
Oh,
thing. The crew does get to try the goodies
yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, the crew, and then the contestants get to try each other's too,
Yes.
which was nice. I mean, you don't see like the producers telling me and Tamara to be quiet
Yes.
because we're just like while
We
they're
forget where we
yeah,
are. We just start talking. La
it
la
just
la la
it
la.
each challenge takes like at least an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 3, 4 hours, and so there's like a lot of downtime where we're just like chit-chatting.
And they have to call us in and be like, "Hey, you guys got to work."
There are, and you'll probably see this in the show, but there are some times where like Anna, the other judge, or I, excuse me, we look at things that are happening, we're like, oh no, like that's gonna be a disaster. But then we're filming it, we're showing that because that's like the
Hmm.
reality of what's happening. Um, I remember when that pie dough was being really worked and Anna like jumped in.
Yes.
She's
She's
like,
like,
she was like, I'm not gonna eat that. But other than that, that was like, I mean, everything else is
they
really
caught.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
like on camera. Like you just don't see a lot of the bond making that's happening like behind the scenes, I think.
When you said Anna's like, I'm not going to eat that, that it also has always made me wonder what happens in these scenarios if somebody has a food allergy.
I feel like they usually let them know ahead of time.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of like on the front end, there's a lot that casting does, I know,
Hmm.
in order to make sure that everybody is like prepared to be in
Hmm.
this environment for however long in order to make it to the end. And personally, neither me nor Anna have them, and that is something that they asked us.
Right, well, we love an accessible set. I will take that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so tell me about the dish that both of you absolutely must have, or it's not the holidays.
Well, my family growing up, we always had Christmas dinner. And right before Christmas is Thanksgiving. So I know there's a turkey usually at Thanksgiving dinner. But sometimes what we do for Christmas dinner, we just have it all. Turkey, ham, we have a roast. Yeah, we just go. So for me, it has to be an amazing assortment of protein. I've got to have that Christmas dinner.
For me, it's all about the sweets, obviously. I think I'm usually looking out for like a Christmas morning treat of some sort,
Ooh,
like a
like
cinnamon
what?
roll. I make these things called Queen Amman, which are really good. That's like a croissant that's got like sugar caramelized on the inside of it. I want like something sweet and delicious for my Christmas morning breakfast. That is the non-negotiable. And then for dessert, we have this thing called a cherry yum yum, which is like
You talk about this a lot.
no, I know it is, but it's
Explain the cherry
okay.
yum.
So it is like a no bake cheesecake kind of vibe meets a trifle. So it's layered graham cracker, your no bake cheesecake layer, and then cherry pie filling, and there's like layers of it. I'll send you the recipe. It's very good. It's very like 1950s. My
Yeah.
grandma like ripped it out of Good Housekeeping kind of vibe,
Wow.
and we have it every year, and we like eat it from the refrigerator. So
Yum.
good.
Now I know why. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
or yum yum.
That sounds delicious. Speaking of baking, Vaughn, what are your three best baking tips for new bakers?
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a good question. Okay. My number one tip, and this might sound obvious, but you would be so surprised
I'm
with how many
excited to hear
people
this.
do not do it, is read the recipe before you start.
Okay.
Read it from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Read it maybe even twice. There are so many people out there because I work for the New York Times and I write recipes for the New York Times. I see comments, and it is just so clear how many people do not actually read the recipe or do the recipe.
I'm
Are you
fake.
guilty of that?
No, I'm actually I think I'm weird, but maybe I'm not the only one. But when I read it, I am so particular. I'm like, okay, 1 cup of flour. Then I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, 1 cup of flour. And then right when I'm about to pour, 1 cup of flour. So I make sure I like triple check. It just takes me forever sometimes.
I mean, if you have everything, because a lot of times if you don't
Mise en
read it,
place.
if you have your mise en place, if a lot of times if you don't read it, you will see 1 cup of sugar, but you might add a half cup in one step and then a half cup in another step. And
Yes.
so like that can really mess you up, right? And I would say read the recipe. Um, have one baking utensil or thing
Okay.
that is like really cutesy and makes you smile every time you see it. I have this little tiny orange spatula that I just love. And it
Yeah.
like gets me like excited to bake every time I see it. It's like so silly. Or like a kitchen towel that you love, or
Yeah.
like put a decal on your stand mixer and just like make it fun for yourself. I would say that's a big tip of mine.
Okay.
And maybe this is also like cliche, clean as you go. Or if you're starting out, find a signature recipe. It might take a while,
Hmm.
but like really ask yourself like who am I in a dessert? And then start making that recipe and make it over and over and over again until you have that like signature bake that
Yeah.
people keep coming back to you for. And then once you're known as the baker, you have the confidence to bake even more.
Ooh, those are really, really good.
I agree.
That that's
Thank you.
that's amazing. I just have two as a home baker.
Tell.
Make sure when you're reading your recipes, the temperature of your butter is what it's supposed to be,
Oh, yeah.
right? Because sometimes you can have your butter be too cold, or sometimes it's just like melted. Make sure you do that correctly. And then also, it's all in the mixing. Make sure you do not over mix,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like we saw that a lot. And even when you're kneading the dough, just make sure you don't overdo anything. But
Mhm.
that tends to happen sometimes with us home bakers.
I know. I think that most home bakers just need to, this goes back to the confidence of it all. They
Yeah,
just need to like trust their intuition a little bit more.
it's a
And
great
if
one.
that's not like instilled in you from like generationally, like I thankfully have like my grandma and my mom to
Hmm.
help me know when certain like use visual cues or like tactile cues.
Hmm.
But trust your intuition. A lot of times your first instinct is the correct instinct.
So true, because even when recipe says 12 minutes in the oven,
Mhm.
you may have a different oven. You're like, I think I need to pull that out at
Totally.
10,
Everybody's oven's different.
right?
Everybody's oven is complete.
Absolutely. All right, I have time for one quick final question. Tamara, I have to ask because you mentioned at the beginning of episode 2 that your tree has a theme every year. What is
Yes.
this year's theme?
Okay, I'm gonna do, it's definitely evergreen, kind of like icon. I want to do green and gold. Just keep it very traditional, very simple, with pops of just red. Just
Ooh, I
little
like that.
touches, right? But it's more about the gold.
I like
And the base is the green.
like gold with pops
Yes.
of red.
Yes. Yeah, gold,
And
pop.
we've got and you're wearing green, so this is perfect.
Here we go.
Yes.